You're still listening to ABS 88.5 FM, the heartbeat of the East. Yeah, we have a program this afternoon coming your way. Time out with Vershima Tingir. He will be telling us about what a public and private development is in Anambra State. So, sir, please can you introduce yourself very well, please?
Okay, good afternoon, everybody. My name is Vershima Tingir again. I'm from the Public and Private Development Center, which is a non-governmental organization based in Abuja. We focus on promoting citizens' participation in governance processes. And the idea generally is to improve the level of service delivery, improve livelihoods of people, as citizens of Nigeria.
Okay, talking about PPDC, can you tell us what PPDC is all about and why you are here in Anambra State?
Okay, yeah, so just taking off from where I was talking about PPDC. So we've been in Anambra for the past couple of days. This is not our first time here. Okay. We started working in Anambra sometime last year. We started off with some support that we provided to the Anambra State government to produce an open contracting portal, which is just a platform or a website where citizens of the state can go to access contracting information or information about contracts that have been awarded or the contracts that are ongoing within the state. So we started off that project last year, and then whilst doing that, we started also working with some other civil society organizations that are based in Anambra to support them to be able to, just to further the work that we do, which is still, promoting people's use of information, promoting better service delivery for people. But particularly while we're here, we recently got support from another organization, One Campaign, which the support was just to help PPDC to continue to do the work that we do. And because we had been working in Anambra State previously, we decided to still come back to further the work that we do. So over the past couple of days, we've been working with civil society organizations. We've been also engaging different arms of government, all about projects that are within communities in Anambra State.
Okay, thank you very much. And now, great listener, remember that it's community action for improved service delivery. And if you want to join us on this conversation, the numbers to call are 0701 8639546, 0701 8639546, or 081 rather 1905555. 0811905 Now to you, what have your engagement been like? Are there members of the community and government participating on this?
So first of all, just being here in Anambra State, I think it has been a very, very good experience for me personally. And then in terms of the engagement and the work that we've been doing, it has also been very, very awesome. On Tuesday, we had our first engagement in Oka here, where we had members of civil society organizations and government. We came together to just brainstorm on the project that we wanted to work on, to look at the objectives and just to collectively come up with ways that we can go about meeting those objectives. And I think that it was a very, very engaging session. And then after which we have gone into two communities. Yesterday we were at Okija, and then the other day we were at Achala community as well, where we met members of the community to talk about projects in their communities and how it's affecting them. And honestly, it has been a very beautiful experience. Just seeing people talk about their issues and finding ways for us to be able to support these different communities has been something very, very beautiful.
Okay, talking about this project, can you please briefly tell us about the monitored project and the findings?
Yeah, so as part of the work that we do, we normally go to monitor public projects, which is basically checking the information that we've gotten from the government about the projects and making sure that the implementation of those projects meets what is on paper or what has been said has been done. So particularly we went to these two communities that I mentioned, where we went to assess healthcare facilities that are in those communities. And well, what I can tell you is that I think there is a lot of work that needs to be done, especially in those healthcare facilities. In one of the communities, I think at Chala, right, the healthcare facility that we saw there was the only healthcare facility that serves the entire community. And you know, we noticed that even though, you know, this project was set to have been completed in 2019, we noticed that, you know, there are still issues with this community, such as the fact that there is no running water. Okay. There is no electricity. Yesterday we met one of the patients. She was literally lying on the floor because the heat was too much. And then also the people that we met there, the staff of the facility, most of them are volunteers. So that means the facility still needs to be equipped with more staff. And then for the other facility we visited in Okija, almost about the same thing too, no water, no light. And then, but what was really peculiar about that facility was the fact that it's sort of located on the road, so security is one of the issues that, you know, that kept on coming up as we spoke to the members of the community, and as we also spoke to the matrons and people who are taking care of the facility.
Thank you very much. Remember, you're still listening to ABS 88.5 FM. We'll go on a short break, and when we come back, we will open the phone lines for more questions. You listening, for you to call us and tell us what you view, the questions you need to ask him about this community project. It's still ABS 88.5 FM, the heartbeat of the East, and we are still on the topic, Community Action Improved Service Delivery from PPDC. And we've been joined with Mercy Don-Igwe. Mercy Manasina Suno Yibo Anasino Yibo Kandibana Watakwane Fine Yibo. Because can we keep powering the by why here with this PPTC and in Maryland Anambra State?
Okay, ndewono. I biara amama su Igbo nike but I ngetinye ya small. So I biara Anambra State. Ibia kọwara ndị mmadụ si ha na PPTC bụ citizen sectors to society or whatever. We are here to make sure that every citizen is participating in governance. I niile disoppose inekọta aka tinye make sure na olu anyị and no line our government. So it's not just government bringing projects to us, implementing them and just taking their hands off, and nobody, you see issues in the project, nobody is asking questions, nobody is saying anything, because you don't even know who to address these questions to. So we came to, you know, show people how to reach out to the government, give them like toll-free lines that they can call, sites that they can go and, you know, monitor and get data to monitor projects, and also share our monitoring, our findings. In Hain Hutara, Mbaigara, some projects, non-ime obodo di Cheche. So yes.
Dalorine Mercy, thank you so much. Like people see na ono na gayari no obodo di Cheche. Imiki ko aptara yo obodo ndi gayari go na Anambra State zanya.
Okay, I got na Achala and Okija, Nima Okija. I have 2 PHC centers. And by Garebangu, in fact, I have mothers that just give birth. You know, they came for immunization, but when we interviewed them, most of them said that they could not the PHC because security anoya, mirikwano anoya. In fact, insecurity insecurity was like the biggest issue, because even I gakwara n'ụlọ one woman mụrụ nwa na that PHC. Ọ gwara anyị si the like mgbe ọ na-amụta nwa a na-agba egbe around that side for almost like for a long period of time. So you can imagine when somebody is going through that kind of situation, how will she feel safe to give birth in that kind of PhD? So that's why we are here, to try and find solutions to these issues.
Thank you very much, Mercy. And to you, let me ask you right now, like you said during your visit to Achala, how you did go about your founders, like you mentioned that a lot still need to be done in health facilities. Do you engage the citizens of the town about that?
Oh yes, yesterday and in the two different communities we had community engagements where members of the community came around. People from the traditional rulers were also present. People from the health facilities were also there. And you know, it was just a space where everybody was allowed to speak their mind, talk about the issues that are bothering them. Not just particularly to the projects, but you know, just issues that are the communities face, you know, on a daily basis. So yeah, we had that engagement. We had people come there. We had people speak. We were able to also meet with the traditional rulers, who also, you know, gave us the opportunity for us to be able to speak to these people.
Okay, thank you very much. Are we expecting any fixes? What kind of commitments have been made about that?
So tata ekashina ebe I wetara ndi government, wetakwa ndi civil society organizations.
Okay. Hello.
Hello, good afternoon.
Good afternoon. Your name and where you're calling us from?
We're doing the chief pastor. Then, most of them are the
Okay.
I'm chief from my partner.
Okay, thank you. Go ahead.
Let us know how many places they have favored and implemented the project for the betterment of the community. Yes.
Okay, thank you very much. They will still come to that. Of my
Okay. So I kpọtara ndị government na representatives na ndị civil society representatives na round table, bịa gwa ha si like ji ha our findings from these different communities, the state of the project, and like the poor fencing that we saw, lack of equipment. We gave them all those evidences with pictures, and then the whole purpose of us sitting together on that round table was to find solutions. Let us get commitments from these people to say, oh, we're fixing this project, or like this is what my organization can do to make sure that there is now light in this PHC, or there is now water. And then we got great commitments, because only Nachikota National Anambra Primary Healthcare Agency, and see, like he promised to say that he would implement fixes in those projects in the next 2 weeks. These were his commitments at the program. So yes, we're expecting fixes for those projects.
Alright, to you, I think like our caller, the question he asked, he said, what are the towns you people have visited and the ones you intend to visit? Can you please tell our great listeners?
Okay, so like I said earlier, we went to Okija, and then we also went to Achala. And then in terms of the future, we are working with other civil society organizations who are locally based. They will be the ones that are going to be picking the communities that we're going to be visiting next. But it is our hope that we're able to get try and reach as much as possible all the communities that have been affected. And just to also mention that we've also seen that in some of the communities, a lot of communities actually, there have been very good implementation of the projects. They were, well constructed in different cases. So in those kinds of situations, we might not necessarily need to be there because the work has been done. And then, just like my colleague mentioned, we had representatives from the government who have also assured us that the good work that has been started is ongoing, and those PHCs or those health centers where we've identified issues will definitely be looked into, and then resolutions would come out very soon.
Okay. One Adam Merson, you waiting
ihe nwere ikwu na kindly, we're all citizens of Nigeria, kindly make sure that government projects work for us. If you see something that is not in place, or you see a contractor in your locality, ask questions. What are you constructing? And find out what you're expected to have as a community. So some situations, your government has approved money for a standard healthcare center or a standard school, but most times, because community members don't know what they're expecting, the contractor will just come and do maybe one very small place for them. In their mind, thank God, or at least we have a building. But that is not what you are qualified to get. So when you see a project, in the Garakuko among the community, they can go and call the youth and say, "Unu gara school, anya aga school unu bia mata ihe onye aneme na community anyị," so that when the contractor is not doing the right thing that he was contracted to do, you can now hold him responsible to say, we are not supposed to have this shabby kind of pace here. This is the standard that the government gave me money for. Implement it.
Okay. Let me go over to you, Tingir. What about other projects? Because it seems you were focused on health centers. Are there other projects?
Yeah, so we at PPDC, most of our work is usually around health and education. So we're definitely going to be expanding our reach beyond just the health projects that we have. We're going to be looking also into education projects. But then generally, whatever projects that will make the lives of people, to be better. One of the communities we visited, there are majorly farmers in the community, and their problem is road. They are not able to find roads or their roads are not good to take them to where they can sell their goods. So depending on the needs of the community, and then and how much support we can provide to those communities.
Okay, thank you very much. And the next question is, are there next steps for the PPDC?
Yeah, definitely. That was the beauty of the session that we had today, where different stakeholders came together to say that these are the solutions that we are looking at. These are the steps that we can take. So in those next steps, we looked at some of the things that we are going to be doing. For example, having more dialogues with the government bodies that are responsible for those projects, paying special advocacy visits to them to discuss some of these issues and come up with solutions. We also have different organizations that have also said that they are going to be contributing in terms of bringing more stakeholders together, doing trainings for members of the community, because another thing that was that kept on coming up was the fact that a lot of members of the communities don't know about what they should be expecting, what the government should be providing for them, and then that creates a sort of distrust, right? But when we have more of these trainings, people have next steps that we're going to be looking at.
Okay, thank you very much. And let me come back to you, Mercy. How can the citizens of Anambra participate in governance in a way that yield improved service delivery?
So they can participate in every way by asking questions. I heard during the course of our conversations within the state, some people said that before projects are implemented, like the youths come to the table, the women come to the table to decide the kind of project. So that's very good. That's a good thing that we saw in this state. So if we can do more of that, and not only pick out the youths or the women and men, but also looking at those that are disabled. That was another with that those that have disability issues. That was another focus of this project. Like, we also focused on how these people living with disabilities can participate in governance, and not be, pushed aside. So some of them try to access the primary healthcare centers, and they are not, like, there's a struggle. So for those that have wheelchairs, there's no ramp facility where they can be rolled up or something. They have to be inconvenienced with the staircase, and maybe somebody's not extra caring enough. So just basically making sure that there's equal representation when it's time to pick out projects, and not just waiting till projects, like you pick out projects or anything, but when the government brings projects to you, you ask questions to ensure that you get exactly what was designed for the community to get.
Okay, thank you very, very much. Tingir, how can one contact your organization? How can you people be reached?
Okay, so you can reach us via our social media handles. On Twitter, we are PP Monitor NG. Yes, you can also send us an email, ppdc@procurementmonitor.org. You can also call our toll-free line, 0800 Budeshi. And then I think Mercy would also provide us with the office numbers that people can call.
Okay, so I'm just going to stress on the social media handles again. It's at PP Monitor NG. The NG is in capital letters. Then our toll-free number is 0800 283 3744. I'll call it again. 0800 283 3744. And then our office line, our direct office line, this toll-free one is free. You can call it without having airtime. But if you want to use your airtime to call, our office number is 070 666 18896. 070 666 18896.
Thank you very much. And what is your final words to our great listeners at home? What are you telling them, the last words?
Okay, yes. So just like what Mercy was saying, let us try as much as possible to participate. Let us ask questions where questions need to be asked, and then just as citizens, do our due diligence of just being part of the society, making sure that our decisions are reflected where they need to be.
Okay. My own final word will be in an Igbo adage. Hasina mmadụ niile bịakọta nyụọ mamịrị ahụ abụọ ọfụma. So if you don't lend your voice, it will not be heard.
Igbo di esia sumayo ọfụma bụ abịakọta ọnụ nyụkọ mamịrị ọnụ ọgba ofofo. So thank you so much, Mercy, Don-Igwe, and Vershima. Thank you for joining us in our studio today. Thank you so much.